Hello everyone and welcome to Skrrt Garage. My name is Connor and today I'm going to be doing an oil change on this, a 2008 Lexus ISF. This is a fairly straightforward and easy thing to do, so hopefully in this video I can make the products that you will need and the tips and tricks to get it done very simple. I will not drag this on. So without further ado, let's get this video started. Okay guys, we are back and I'm going to show you briefly the tools that you will need to get this job done. The first thing that you guys are going to need is this right here. It is an oil filter. It comes from Lexus, Toyota. It's really the exact same. I paid about $18 for it. And inside I also bought a brand new crush washer. You will need one of those, so make sure you ask for it. I think it's an additional $2. Also comes with the O-ring, just like any other oil filter in the world. Next up, you're gonna need something to remove the oil filter housing. This is for Toyota and Lexus. I got this online on Amazon, fairly straightforward. I will link it in the description below that you guys can pick one up as well. Makes these oil changes just a little bit easier. After that, we have this, Pennzoil. It's 5W30 oil, it's fully synthetic. And normally I usually go with AMSoil when I can, unless it's a specific oil that's recommended with the special blend of their own stuff, like sometimes BMW will do. But on this car, I didn't have any AMSoil available to me locally, and I didn't really want to wait. Plus, I did watch an independent review of all motor oils, and Pennzoil did one of the absolute best with regards to, I guess, heat. It held up very nicely, and this engine is known for some cooling issues and having a lot of heat. So that's why I chose Pennzoil. I chose two massive 5-quart jugs, which is 1.25 gallons, and it is exactly enough with 10 quarts to do this oil change. So with that, let's get this video started. Okay guys, what I'm gonna do is use a 2-jack method, plus I'll also use some ramps and jack stands. You can't be too careful when working on your car. But I did want to show you real quick just where the jack points are on this car. If you come down, way under here, there's a pinch weld right here. This pinch weld has 2 notches, one right here where my finger is and another one down right here. The actual strength of this pinch weld and where it's meant to be jacked up from is right here. You see how it's a nice like ridge? We're gonna use that ridge, and we're gonna use that ridge by using one of these. I call them hockey pucks. Other people call them, jack pads, jack stand adapters, whatever you want to call it. You will need one to not, I guess, flatten that ridge. So definitely get those jack pad adapters. I can leave them in the description box below. If you want to use the same ones I have, they're a little bit thicker. So if you have a very low jack, when they're a little bit thicker, you can start pumping it up and not ever worry about hitting this bottom, I guess, rocker panel of the car. I also be using these jack ramps. They're nice. It's just so extra stability. If the car's parked on top of these, it's not going to come down on you. So we're going to use these right now. Also, if I didn't already mention, the other one is the exact same. It's right here. Okay, well, as you can tell, we are underneath the car, and the first thing we're going to do is remove these Phillips. There are 4 of them, so let's get those off. Okay, that looks to be the oil filter housing. And back here is the drain plug. And while you are here, never a bad idea to look for signs of the valley plate leak. And so far so good. Alright, to remove the drain bolt, I'm going to be using a 14mm socket. And because you can never move fast enough without the oil getting on your hands, I'm going to be using one of these. It's a powered ratchet. And yes, this is a rescue mission for the drain bolt that I dropped into the oil. Anyways, dry that off, and once you have that completely dry, you're going to swap over the new drain bolt crush washer. This is very important, so make sure you do it. Alright, now the torque spec for the oil drain plug is 30 foot-pounds. Okay, the next step is to put on the oil filter wrench cap and to break free the oil filter. Once it's free, I used my little power ratchet and then just spun it by hand. There's actually quite a bit of oil in here, and so just be careful. It's still pretty hot from when you start up the engine. Let this go ahead and drain, and yeah, then we'll remove the O-ring. Okay, now we're going to pop off the old O-ring that's on the oil filter housing. Just use a little pry tool or whatever you have and go ahead and pop that off. Next, you'll take out the new O-ring that came with your oil filter. You'll install that. And when you get done with that, just go ahead and grab the new oil filter itself and pop that in. Next, we will go ahead and spin this back into the oil filter housing, and we will torque this down. The recommended torque setting is 18.5 foot-pounds or 25 Newton meters. Alright, when that is done, go ahead and replace the 4 Phillips or 10mm screws that hold in the oil filter cover. Okay, now we're going to get the car back on the ground, make sure it's level so that we can add the oil. On this step, we're going to add the funnel, and we're going to add initially about 9 liters of oil, and we're going to let the car run for a few minutes and then turn it off. We'll check the dipstick and add as necessary. It's going to take about 9.7 or 9.6, somewhere around there. Okay guys, first things first, we are going to reset the oil maintenance. It says right up there, oil maintenance required soon. So to do that, what you have to do is go to your odometer, and then when it's in your odometer position, turn the car off. And this is gonna be hard to do holding it, but I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Let's see if I can put it here. You hold the odometer button down and you double click the on-off button. And if you can see right there, it is resetting and the oil maintenance is no longer on. Now that's not all you have to do actually. You still have to come into info, maintenance, and you do your engine oil here. So I'm gonna reset, update this main item, yes, has been updated, very good. And we'll do this, oil filter, reset, Okay, and just like that, we can turn the car on. And everything is ready to roll. Okay guys, there we have it. This was a pretty simple video. I hope that you guys are kind and give me a thumbs up and also a positive comment down below. You guys know what it does for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you again for stopping by, and we will see you on the next video. Peace.